Hi, Taylor T. Carlson, and I'm back with another video for you today. Another movie reissue we're looking at today. This is The Two Jakes. This film, starring and directed by Jack Nicholson, is actually the lesser-known sequel to the classic film Chinatown. This came out in 1990, so it's celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. We'll do a quick unboxing, and then I'll go over my opinions of the film as well as this release at large. So, here's the front cover. Great shot of Jack Nicholson's character there. The spine. And you got the back cover with all the obligatory plot summary, critic quotes, credits, and so forth. Inside the case, about as bare bones as you can get. Here's a close-up of the actual disc. Pretty much looks the same as every Paramount release. Yeah, if you've seen the original Chinatown, it was set during the 1930s and starred Jack Nicholson as J.J. Gittes, a private eye who isn't exactly the most ethical character around, but in the long run ultimately does the right thing but can't find himself competing against people who are above the law. The sequel was set in the 1940s following World War II, and Gittes, having participated in the war, having come back, he's restarted his investigations practice, and he finds himself in the middle of a scandal involving another man named Jake, and there's a great big scandal that involves the death of his business partner and what happens to their wives afterwards regarding the inheritance. It's up to Gittes to get to the bottom of this and try to find out exactly what's going on, what's at play, and who's responsible. The film has a surprisingly strong cast. Of course, you have Nicholson, but then you've also got the likes of Eli Wallach, Richard Farnsworth, Harvey Keitel. The list goes on. It's definitely a pretty solid who's who of actors. And of course, the movie, like I said, is the sequel to Chinatown. So how does it actually measure up? I'm going to come right out and say that nothing will ever equal or rival Chinatown. That's a complete classic in terms of the world of cinema. And I bet a lot of people out there don't even know that the movie got a sequel. The Two Jakes has a great performance from Jack Nicholson. J.J. Gittes is definitely one of the best characters he's ever played, and it was great to see him be able to revisit this role one time. Unfortunately, in terms of the directorial side of things, Jack Nicholson is not quite Roman Polanski, who directed Chinatown. And as such, the narrative tends to struggle a bit. There are way too many characters and subplots. It's a lot to follow. Certainly not a bad film, although I did find myself, confused, having to go back and rewatch certain scenes to get certain plot points. It's just not quite as masterful as the original Chinatown was. But again, I stress that this is not a bad film. Just don't come in expecting a masterpiece. The Blu-ray disc actually looks very good. The film has a largely sepia tone look to it, which is largely probably the result of setting it in the past and deliberately going for that slightly aged look. There are a few minor issues in certain scenes, but overall, this is a very good-looking disc. There's also the obligatory subtitle options. Unfortunately, it's a very bare-bones disc and has no bonus features of any kind, not even theatrical trailers. It would have been nice if they could have hunted down some of the cast and at least got some bonus material in here. I would have been happy even with a booklet with some information in it. Have you seen The Two Jakes? Have you had a chance to pick up this reissue? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also remember to subscribe to this channel for additional content and give this video a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson, and I'll see you next time.